Hello, and welcome to the WEV Funding Team Info Session, How to Apply for Funding at WEV. Women's Economic Ventures is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the economic empowerment of women. And though our target audience is female entrepreneurs, we serve applicants through our loan program of all identities, gender, and otherwise. This is our funding program team. I am Marnie Brooke, Director of Funding, and these are my colleagues, Marta Quintero, Small Business Lending Officer, and Stephanie Martinez, Funding Program Coordinator. If you have not done so already, please be sure to watch our WEV Funding Program Loan Products video to learn more about the terms and eligibility for our programs. As a quick summary of products available, we offer streamlined loans up to $10,000 for businesses in existence at least 12 months, startup loans of up to $25,000 for brand new businesses or those in existence less than 12 months, and expansion loans up to $50,000 for businesses in existence at least 12 months. WEV does not currently make loans larger than $50,000. So first steps in terms of the application for our streamlined loan program. The first step in applying for a streamlined loan with WEV is to complete an interest form. This is located on our website, wevonline.org. On our website, you'll select the Build Your Business tab at the top of the page, select Funding, and then the Streamlined Business Loans page. You'll then scroll down and select Fill out an interest form and apply on the right-hand side of the screen. Please be sure as you're on that page to revisit the terms and parameters and eligibility related to this loan product. Then you will complete your interest form, and once submitted, you will automatically receive an application to apply for this loan. Please be sure to include any required documents with your application. And again, you should have watched the WEV Loan Products video to learn about the qualification requirements for this loan. Those are also located on the page on our website, because failure to do so may result in us pulling your credit unnecessarily if you are ineligible for this loan. So the first steps of application for our startup and expansion loans are to complete an interest form located on our website. Under the same tab, Build Your Business, and then you will select either startup or expansion loans, and then scroll down and select Fill out an interest form on the right-hand side of the page. If you have already done this, you do not need to repeat that process, but in case you found this video on our website and have not yet completed an interest form, that is where you will start. Once you have submitted that interest form, you will receive a confirmation email that includes a link to the pre-qualification form. And we are now going to share with you an example of that form to help guide you through that process. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment to go to that screen. Okay, hopefully you can all see that now. This is WEV's funding pre-qualification form. Please note, this is not the formal application for a WEV loan, and your credit will not be pulled when you submit this form. We use the information you provide on this form to help determine if you are ready to move forward with a formal application. And again, if you have not watched our products video, we strongly encourage you to do so before you move forward with the pre-qualification form. Also, please note, if you're aware of any credit issues that may be an issue for your loan request, please contact us at funding@wevonline.org to set up a time to discuss your particular situation, because you may not be ready to apply for a WEV loan if those credit issues have not been resolved. So on this form, you will need to indicate that you have watched our informational videos and are ready to complete the form. We have created a test case here on this form just to illustrate for you what a completed and thorough pre-qualification form looks like. So this client has completed her contact information up above, including her name and email address. And then in section 1, where she is asked to provide information about the loan she is requesting. In this table here that you see titled Total Project Cost, we are asking you to describe for us the total cost of the project that you are starting. So this can be the startup of your business or the expansion of your business, but it should include all costs, including costs that you are going to be requesting funding for, as well as costs that you have either already incurred or intend to pay for yourself. So the total cost of your startup or expansion. In this case, this applicant has done so and has come up with a total of $30,000. She has described her other costs that she lists here down below, so we know what those other costs are. And then under project funding, this is where she's going to list the amount of funds she is requesting from WEV, the amount that she is contributing toward the project, anybody else that is contributing toward the project, and then the total funding. Please note, the total cost of the project up here should always equal the total funding of the project here. Please also note, as stated in our loan products video, WEV does not provide more than 90% of any total project cost. Down below in section 2, this is where you will be asked to tell us all about your business or your business idea if you have not yet started. This client has taken great care to describe the history and sort of genesis of her business idea, what her plans are, how she was inspired. She talks about her financial projections, a little bit about how she's going to do her outreach, and what she needs the money for. So the more detail that you can provide about your business, its history, if you're already in business, or your plans for the business, if it's a startup, this is a very important opportunity for you to tell us all about that. Then down below, we'd like to hear more about you. So you can see that this client tells us about her history in banking and how she wanted to change her life and start her new business. And she also talks about how her experience is going to help her be successful in her new enterprise. Under support team, we will ask you to list any advisors, professionals, anybody that you are working with that has been helping you with your business. You can also add, if these are not applicable, if you have other support providers, you can add those here. Here you will tell us more about your marketing strategy and who your competition is for your business. You can see this client has done that here. And then in section 3, we will ask you to provide us with 2 years of financial projections for your business. This is a very simplified form and many things are calculated for you, but you will need to tell us what you think your sales and cost of sales will be and all your various expenses. These will be totaled down below and your net profit will also be calculated for you. So these will already be calculated. In year 2, you're going to tell us what you think you will do in the second year of your business. These are obviously estimates, and we ask you to be thoughtful in providing these estimates because down below, we're going to ask you how you determined these. How did you arrive at these numbers? This client discusses how many days a week she will be open, her assumptions about how much in sales she intends to do each day, how many customers she thinks she might serve, her average ticket size. These aren't always applicable, but are examples of ways that you can explain the assumptions that you used in creating your financial projections. In section 4, you will provide your personal financial statement. This is just your list of personal assets and liabilities. So here you will list any checking and saving and other types of accounts, any real estate that you own, if applicable, your vehicle. This is all totaled for you. And down below, this is very important. We will ask you to provide all the liabilities that you have. That means every credit card, car loan, mortgage loan, student loan, unpaid taxes, anything that you owe should be listed here, both the monthly payment and the total balance owed. And those will be totaled for you at the bottom. You can see that this applicant included an other liability, which she described down below here, so that we understand what that is. Then we will ask you about your living expenses. This is where you will list what it basically costs you and your family to live. So any food and clothing, rent, gas, all these things. And if there are other expenses that you have that you don't see listed here, feel free to include them in other and describe them down below. And finally, there is section 5, which is financial documents. This is where you will upload the required documents for your request. So this would include 2 years of personal federal tax returns. This does not mean state tax returns. This means only personal federal tax returns. And this also means complete copies, including all schedules and statements. If you file a separate business tax return, we will also ask you to upload 2 years of business federal tax returns here. If you've only been in business for 1 year, then of course you would only include that year. Again, a complete copy, including all schedules and statements. And then we will ask you to please provide your proof of income year to date. So this would be a pay stub if you are currently employed. This would be a profit and loss statement for your existing business, if applicable, for the current year to date. This might be a Social Security awards letter. This might be evidence of child support or alimony, or other proof of income that you can provide. And in the end, if there's any other information that you'd like us to know about you, your business, your request, anything else, the timing that you have related to your loan request, please add it in here in this last section. And at the end, you will sign the form, and then you will save the document and submit it. Okay. So now we have gone through the pre-qualification form for the loan. And as a reminder, a WEV loan package includes the following, and also please note additional information may be required. We will ask for that pre-qualification form we just went over, your federal tax returns, personal and business, bank statements, reflecting no derogatory activity, that would mean NSFs or overdrafts, proof of income year to date, and also we will require proof of your contribution. That means evidence that you have the funds in an account sufficient to make your equity contribution toward the project. For streamlined loans, we will only require a recent business bank statement, again, with no derogatory activity, a current business license, and then if you are seeking more than $5,000, we will ask for your prior year tax return or your prior year profit and loss statement for the year end, reflecting no operating losses. These are just some more examples of proof of income year to date, which may be helpful for you. After we've received your package, we will start by reviewing your pre-qualification document and performing a preliminary financial analysis to determine your readiness. We may contact you to obtain additional information or detail at that time, and once we've completed it, we will contact you to discuss the results. Once we've reviewed the pre-qualification form, if we feel it could use a little bit more support or assistance, we may refer you to our business advisory team for up to 2 hours of complimentary coaching. And finally, once we feel we do understand your business and your goals for funding, and we feel that you are a good fit for the program, we will send you a formal application link. Once that formal application is received, we will pull your credit and then finalize your loan request. If you are requesting more than $25,000 for your expansion loan, or you are already a WEV funding client and your new request will exceed $25,000 in combination with your existing loan, we will need to schedule a meeting with WEV's funding review committee to review that request. And note, this will add time to the final response. If less than $25,000, or the combined amount is less than $25,000, the loan will be reviewed by the Director of Funding. If approved, you will then communicate with WEV's funding program coordinator to finalize and fund your loan. And please note, final decisions are typically made within 4 to 6 weeks of our receipt of your completed application. If you have questions, general funding questions can be made to funding@wevonline.org. If you have questions about your existing application, if you've already filed one, You can speak with Martha Quintero, mquintero@weavonline.org, or if you have an existing WEV loan, please contact our WEV program coordinator, Stephanie Martinez, at smartinez@weavonline.org. Thank you for joining us for how to apply for a WEV loan, and we look forward to working with you.